What if I told you that spotting the loveliest people in the world could change your happiness forever? Studies have shown that your relationships are the biggest factor in long-term well-being. In fact, the famous Harvard study of adult development revealed that close, loving relationships are more crucial for health than wealth or fame. Here's a shocker: 1 in 4 people feel lonely most of the time, despite living in the most connected age in history. And yet, we all crave real connections with genuine, kind-hearted people. But how do you find them? How do you spot the individuals who will truly enrich your life? In this video, we're going to break it down. I'll show you the exact qualities to look for, like selfless kindness, soul-deep listening, and a rare type of positivity that's infectious. And it's not just about finding nice people. These are the ones who light up a room, respect your boundaries, and inspire you to grow. Stick with me, and by the end, you'll know how to recognize the loveliest people, those who will make your life fuller, happier, and more connected. Let's dive in. Chapter 1: The Heartfelt Givers. Identifying acts of selfless kindness. When you're searching for the loveliest people in the world, one of the first signs to look for is selfless kindness. These are the people who give without expecting anything back. Their generosity comes from a place of genuine care. You'll often notice them in everyday situations, helping a stranger without hesitation or lending a hand without seeking recognition. A 2020 study published in Psychological Bulletin found that people who engage in regular acts of kindness are significantly happier. It's the ripple effect of love. Giving boosts their well-being while benefiting others too. One key strategy to spot these people is to watch how they handle small, unnoticed moments. Do they offer to help when no one's watching? For example, at a dinner party, do they quietly tidy up without asking for credit? Their kindness isn't performative, it's woven into who they are. Psychologist Adam Grant, in his book Give and Take, highlights that givers focus on what others need from them, not on what they want in return. It's not about grand gestures. Often, it's the little things, like a comforting word or a thoughtful text. So next time you're around someone, observe the subtle ways they show care for others. These small acts are a window into their soul, revealing the depth of their empathy and compassion. The loveliest people in the world thrive on giving love, not just receiving it. Chapter 2: Soul Listeners. Those who hear beyond words. Listening is an art, and soul listeners have mastered it. These people don't just hear words, they understand emotions, body language, and even silences. In fact, research from Harvard Business Review shows that 60% of communication is nonverbal. A soul listener picks up on that without missing a beat. One powerful strategy to identify a soul listener is to pay attention to how they react when someone is speaking. Do they wait their turn, nod along, or ask follow-up questions? People who listen with their whole being make the speaker feel valued. They aren't just waiting for their chance to speak, they're present in the moment. When you share something personal, a soul listener won't just offer generic advice. Instead, they might say, "Tell me more about how that made you feel." This shows that they care about understanding, not fixing. As Brené Brown, author of Daring Greatly, says, empathy has no script. There is no right way or wrong way to do it. It's simply about connecting to the emotion that someone else is feeling. To find these loveliest people, focus on their reactions in emotional conversations. Do they stay open and engaged, or do they shift the conversation back to themselves? Soul listeners often make people feel heard, seen, and truly understood, creating an atmosphere of trust and connection. Chapter 3: Radiators of Positivity. Those who light up a room. We've all met someone whose presence instantly brightens the room. These people radiate positivity. Their energy is contagious, and they make even tough moments feel lighter. According to a study from the Journal of Social Psychology, spending time with positive people can boost your own happiness by 25%. This is the magic of a positive energy exchange. One way to spot these radiators is by noticing their effect on others. When they enter a room, do people naturally gravitate toward them? Do they lift up conversations and find the silver lining, even when things get tough? It's important to distinguish true positivity from toxic positivity, though. The loveliest people in the world don't deny or ignore negative emotions. They acknowledge challenges but help others find a way through. One strategy to recognize this type of person is to watch how they react to setbacks. Do they spiral into negativity, or do they seek constructive ways to move forward? Positive people don't sugarcoat reality, they just choose to focus on solutions rather than dwelling on the problem. According to Sean Acor's The Happiness Advantage, optimism is a competitive advantage. People with this mindset not only improve their own lives but also inspire others to adopt a more positive perspective. The loveliest individuals spread joy effortlessly. They bring light to dark situations, helping others navigate challenges with grace and a smile. By paying attention to how someone responds to difficulties, you can easily spot those who shine brightest when things are tough. Quick reminder to subscribe. Now, let's dive back into the rest of the video. Chapter 4, The Authentic Hearts. Unfiltered and real in every way. One of the clearest signs of a truly lovely person is their authenticity. They don't wear masks or pretend to be someone they're not. Authentic people are comfortable in their own skin, and this kind of realness is refreshing in a world where many feel the need to put on a facade. Research shows that authenticity is linked to higher life satisfaction and healthier relationships. A study from the Journal of Counseling Psychology revealed that people who consistently act in alignment with their true selves experience more meaningful connections. So, how do you spot someone who's truly authentic? Pay attention to how they act across different situations. Do they show the same version of themselves in private and public? Authentic people don't shift their personality to fit the crowd. They embrace who they are, flaws and all. As Brené Brown explains in The Gifts of Imperfection, authenticity is a collection of choices that we have to make every day. It's about the choice to show up and be real. This means that the loveliest people in the world are those who are brave enough to be themselves, even when it's uncomfortable. One strategy is to observe how they handle vulnerability. Authentic people don't shy away from showing their weaknesses or sharing personal stories. They're okay with being imperfect because they know that realness is what builds trust. You'll feel safe being yourself around them too. Look for the person who shares their honest opinions, even if it's unpopular. They won't sugarcoat or play along just to please others. This makes their relationships deeper and more genuine, creating a foundation for long-term happiness. Chapter 5, Boundaries with Love. Masters of respectful relationships. A true sign of loveliness in a person is their ability to respect boundaries while maintaining deep, loving connections. Contrary to popular belief, setting boundaries doesn't mean pushing people away. In fact, it's essential for healthy relationships. People who understand this balance are rare, but they stand out as respectful, caring individuals. According to a 2017 study published in Personal Relationships, people with clear, respectful boundaries tend to have lower stress levels and stronger relationships. This is because boundaries create a space where both parties feel safe, heard, and valued. One strategy to spot these boundary-respecting individuals is to observe how they respond when someone says no or expresses discomfort. Do they respect the limit without guilt-tripping or trying to manipulate the situation? Loveliest people don't take boundaries personally. Instead, they honor them because they understand it's essential for mutual respect. In The Power of Vulnerability, Brené Brown explains, daring to set boundaries is about having the courage to love ourselves, even when we risk disappointing others. People who master this balance of love and limits show they value not only your relationship but also your emotional well-being. Another sign is their ability to set boundaries for themselves. They are not afraid to say no when they need to, but they do it kindly and respectfully. They know their limits and don't overextend themselves just to please others. This shows emotional maturity and self-respect, traits that make them even more lovely to be around. If you notice someone who handles tough conversations about personal space or time with grace, you're likely looking at someone who values both love and respect equally. This balance is a hallmark of deep, meaningful connections. Click that subscribe button and become a part of our adventure.